guys know I am a Kansas City Chiefs fan, and we know that the narrative across the NFL landscape is that the referees are helping the Kansas City Chiefs win all these games. The referees are calling penalties at the most crucial times and whatever, catapulting him into the win category. So, Mark, when we look at Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs over the last 8 years, why do you think the referees always favor Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs? Let me ask you that.
It's like I said, off text, off air. I think that Mahomes is the new Brady. He's going to get all that treatment that Brady got, the favoritism. So there's a lot of quarterbacks that get that treatment, but Brady got it over the top, and now Mahomes is getting that treatment.
That doesn't answer the question of why, though. Is it because he's that good? Or is it because
he's the NFL's golden boy?
So they want a golden boy. They want somebody to be better than everybody else. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know what they want, but I just know they always favored Brady, and they favor him now. Well,
as always, you are just blowing smoke. You're just trying to get underneath my skin, and Mark, it doesn't happen. You cannot get underneath my skin, because the facts is that since 2018, since Patrick Mahomes became a starting quarterback, they are the 15th most penalized team in the NFL. That means they're directly right in the middle. There's teams above them and there's teams below them. It's just a simple fact that the Kansas City Chiefs know how to take advantage of when your team jumps off sides. Hoffy, you are
wait, Buck, I did some research also.
Okay.
In the last 10 playoff games that Kansas City's played, they've had less penalties than the opposing team.
So that means they're playing flawless football. That means they learn from their mistakes, right?
I don't know. Take it with what you will.
No, because those are your stats. And my thought process is that Mahomes has one of the best hard counts in the NFL since Aaron Rodgers. What did Aaron Rodgers used to do all the time? He used to get defense to jump off sides, and he would throw the ball deep, right? Patrick Mahomes doesn't turn the ball over because he does that. When you jump off sides, he's going deep, and he's going for the deep ball. Yeah, you might throw it, turn it over, whatever, right? But it is what it is. Hoffy, you are a New England Patriots fan. You lived through the Tom Brady era. I can see you have your old school Patriots beanie on right now. Do you think the referees are giving too much love to the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes? Oh, my bad.
I'm going to pull a Mark here, and I'm going to waffle around this.
Come on, Hoff.
No. I mean, yes, it's definitely a questionable call, but that kind of thing is going to happen when it's the most televised, most watched game. Everyone's going to have their thoughts and opinions. Everybody's hating on the Chiefs unless they're Chiefs fans right now. What I will say is, and Teddy Bruschi said this in the whatever show he was discussing, the Chiefs just know how to win whatever game they're in. The Texans show up and they're looking to win the game, but they're not able to adapt. And that's something that the Patriots did in their dynasty run. That's something that, Peyton's teams did. But as a defense, you got to know that there's most likely going to make those calls. It is a penalty regardless if you hit the guy in the head or use the crown of your helmet. So hit the guy in the stomach. Don't hit him in the chest, giving that possibility of hitting him in the head. So whether or not it's a penalty, you can avoid those opportunities of the refs calling those plays by using proper technique or by following the rules of how you're supposed to tackle.
So basically, guys, what Hoffy is referring to is the pass or the roughing the passer call. I use that air quotes because Mark does not think it was a roughing the passer. I certainly do think it was roughing the passer. It was early in the first quarter. I believe it was Will Anderson Jr. came through the line, and his forearm hit the chest of Patrick Mahomes, and then his head hit the Patrick Mahomes' head. And by the letter of the law, Mark, if if any head-to-head contact happens to the quarterback inside the pocket, it is roughing the passer. So, Mark, I know you hate the Kansas City Chiefs. I know you hate Patrick Mahomes. When you see that picture of Will Anderson Jr.'s head hitting Patrick Mahomes' head by the letter of the law, by the letter of the rule book, was that roughing the passer?
After the fact, I learned about the rules of roughing the passer, and they're very vague.
How's it vague?
And-
Head-to-head contact, it's a flag. That's not vague.
No, it's vague because they can throw it if they have any doubt, which makes it vague. So they're like, "Oh, I don't have a doubt." They could have no doubt on every play. So they just give them free allowance to throw the flag on that call for any quarterback.
So when you see Mahomes' head snap back, Hoffy, the way you did, is there any doubt that there was head-to-head contact there?
Let's not forget the refs don't have access to replay.
Yep.
So they're seeing this in live time. And the ref, I believe, that threw the flag is standing behind Mahomes.
Yep.
So Mahomes' face, Mahomes' body is blocking everything that is seen. So like you said, when you see someone's helmet jolt back, regardless if Mahomes pulled a LeBron James or not, that is going to be called 99% of the time. Do not hit the guy high. Wrap him up at the waist, drill him with the shoulder, leading up high like that, you're asking for it.
So when you guys, let me re-ask the question again. Hoffy, let me start with just like with you. Do you think the refs are giving too much love to the Kansas City Chiefs?
No, I think the refs are going to give love to Mahomes, Burrows, all of these quarterbacks that are, crucial to the NFL making money. So, yes, someone like Bo Nix probably isn't getting that call right now. But the NFL is going to lose money if Mahomes is out hurt, if, CJ Stroud is out hurt, if, some of these other big names, quarterbacks, running backs are out. So, yes, they have to protect their investment.
Mark, same question to you. Is the referee showing too much love to the Kansas City Chiefs?
I think they show too much love to Mahomes because, like I said, I think he's the golden boy. They're not going to let him get hurt. Like Hoffy said, they need him to make money. So, as it goes.
All right. So, a person asked, let me see the pictures. So, I went over here to our Facebook page. This is the screenshot from the NFL referees. Let me zoom it in. So, the top one, this is right before Will Anderson's head hit Patrick Mahomes' head. Hit him right below the chin. Hoffy, Mark, when you guys see this, what is your first interaction? Yes, this is going to be a passer or a roughing the passer call, right?
If I'm being honest, it looks like he's leading with the head. So, or he's up at Mahomes' head area. If he drops down and he hits Mahomes in the gut.
Yeah.
To be honest, Buck, this isn't even the one I'm more upset about.
You are more upset about this one.
What I'm upset about is that one is where he was running around like he always fucking does. And he slid, and he knew that once he slid that he was going to cause a penalty. So
let me ask you this, because this is Mahomes as a this time he is out of the pocket, he is rushing the ball. So therefore he is no longer protected by the quarterback rules. However, every NFL receiver, tight end, running back in general, if you go and there is head-to-head contact, there is going to be a personal foul. I don't care if you're Travis Kelce. I don't care if you're Devontae Smith, which he got this call, or Patrick Mahomes. I believe that is Algier making the tackle there. As you guys can see, Algier's head is down. Mark, where is Algier's head compared to Patrick Mahomes' head? Are they eye to eye? Are they getting ready to hit heads?
Well, like you said, it looks like he's going to hit the helmet. You're right.
Okay.
I understand why they made these calls. I'm just saying that they favor the quarterbacks, and Mahomes skirts the rules because he knows that he's going to get these calls.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
He did on that stupid flop play that they didn't call the penalty on, which I'm surprised they didn't.
Which Josh Allen does it all the time. But since it's Patrick Mahomes, you were upset about it. I get it. But You
Dude, I
said
watch football all the time. I've never seen Josh Allen do that.
okay. Watch it on Sunday, and like you will see it, right? So with your words, Mark, you said yes, he hit him in the head here, and they hit him in the head here. So how are the Kansas City Chiefs getting too much calls, or Patrick Mahomes getting too many calls? Those are clearly two personal foul calls, right?
Those are also calls catered to the quarterback.
Okay, every quarterback's going to get that call. Every NFL player is going to get that call. So
Not true, because like on the Detroit game, freaking Goff got blew up and no call, dude.
Okay, first of all, Goff was a defender at that point. He threw a pick six. He was going to go make a tackle. If you don't want to get hit, get out of the play.
He would have got a fucking call.
What?
If that was Mahomes that got landed like Goff did, there would have been a call, I guarantee.
No, it wouldn't have. If Jared Goff did not want to get hit, he shouldn't have been in the play. He should have got out of the way and not try to make a tackle. Simple as that.
Mahomes would have been standing on the sideline.
Yeah. Quarterbacks are taught to run to the sideline on a pick six. Any more thoughts on the referees giving too much attention to the Kansas City Chiefs? So
Do I like that call?
Like I said, I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm just saying that I think he's favored, and he will be.
I don't like the call, but by the rule, the way it's laid out, that is a penalty. Should it be a penalty? No, but by the written rule, it unfortunately was a penalty.
So let me jump into comments here. Richard Beck says it was a helmet-to-helmet for Jared Goff. Yes, there was a helmet under the chin of Jared Goff, 100%. However, Jared Goff was a defender at that particular time. If Jared Goff was a passer, if he was a runner, he would have got a personal foul called for Jared Goff. But the fact that he was a defender, we all know that defense can't do anything, right? You breathe on a offensive player wrong, you are going to get a personal foul. Jared Goff was a defender at that particular point. I just want to make that perfectly clear. He threw a pick six. Dennis said Ravens hit each other helmet to helmet. We are not talking about the Ravens helmet. So that was the Texans game that you're referring to. And yes, Dennis, you are correct. Algier and guys, do you know who the other person was that made that hit as well? Was it in the here? Let me pull back up. In this bottom picture here, let me zoom it up. That is that Will Anderson Jr. too? I think so, right? Looks like 51. 51.
That's too big of a boy to be him, I think.
Yeah, well, like either, but yes, Richard, you are correct. The Texas players did hit head to head, and when you watched that live, you saw Patrick Mahomes slide late, which I do agree with you, Mark. He did slide late, but those are just the rules. Quarterbacks can slide whenever they want, which is stupid. Take sliding out of it. And we wouldn't be in this situation.
And that's part of the reason why they called the penalties, because he slid, and technically because he's giving himself up. They're not allowed to even be near him.
Right.
Which they hit each other. So I see why they called it, but I'm just saying it's a dumb rule.
Yeah. Well, I mean, other quarterbacks do try to take advantage of that as well. Look at Trevor Lawrence versus.
I'm gonna watch it more now, Buck, for sure.
Yeah, but. Let's see what else people are saying. Looks like the both Texans helmets both hit Mahomes. Casey, go back and like watch that play live. I don't understand why Patrick Mahomes ran back into the middle. So he was on the sidelines, could have easily just walked out bounds, but he decided to go upfield to try to get some extra yards. I don't understand why, but that's besides the point. If you hear that play, my heart dropped. I thought Patrick Mahomes was dead. like I thought he was dead. Just the way that hit sounded, right? Judas says all quarterbacks do not get those calls. BS. All elite quarterbacks get those calls. Josh Allen gets those calls. Patrick Mahomes gets those calls. Jared Goff does get those calls. Matthew Stafford does get those calls, right? If you are an elite quarterback, a tier 1 quarterback, you are going to get those calls. Now, Bo Nix, Mark, will not get that call. More than likely not. Lamar Jackson will not get that call. Trevor Lawrence will probably not get that call. It's kind of like paying your dues, right? Like you have to pay your dues to be great.
Trevor Lawrence will get that call because he already been concussed and nearly killed.
Well, he shouldn't have slid late. Let's just be honest. If you take sliding out of the game, he would not have been concussed.
Can you
They gotta
remind me what team that
look
was?
at this rule, dude.
Texans.
With the sliding, they got to figure that out.
Yeah.
So if it's already happened to them, which he was flagged on that play.
He was suspended for 3 games, I believe.
Correct. So why did they not learn at that point?
Because honestly, Patrick Mahomes slid entirely way too late. Trevor Lawrence slid entirely way too late. And you cannot change a rule in the middle of the season. It's something that is going to have to be addressed in the offseason.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. The Texans, it's already happened to them.
Yeah.
So they know the rule. They know what's going to happen. You fool me once, shame on me.
Right. Yeah.
Shame on you, or how's it go?
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
But Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you say that Algier is one of the dirtiest players in the NFL, or is that somebody else?
No, it wasn't me.
Okay. There was somebody in the chat that was saying that he was definitely very, very toxic, right, to his team. Let's see what other people are saying. Ryan Nealon says you are not allowed to blow up a quarterback on a turnover. Otherwise, every defender would do it in return. So Ryan, you are correct to an extent. The minute Jared Goff did not get out of the way, he becomes a blockable defender. Jared Goff was probably 5 to 6 yards away from that defender. He was going to go make a tackle. You can block him. The minute he didn't run off the field or just stay put, he becomes a blockable player, just like a punter, just like a kicker. John X says, already explained the claims that the Chiefs' right tackle lines up too far back and falls out with no starts. He is the most
another one, man.
He is the most penalized offensive lineman in the NFL. And now, Mark, now that you jumped on it, let's talk about this. Every right tackle, every left tackle in the NFL is exploiting that rule.
That's another thing the NFL lets them get away with.
Yeah,
not just the Chiefs, but like you said, a lot of right and left tackles.
All your head has to do is cross cross the waistband of the center. And if you're 6'9" and you can line 8 yards back off the ball, as long as your head's passing the line of the center, you are okay. So now, John, I understand. You are pointing out, forget his name, Mark. Can you remind me of his name? Taylor, right?
Yeah, but you guys had Tooney playing in tackle.
Right. Well, but Jawan Taylor, I believe the guy's name is the one that you are referring to. And yes, he did start a little early last season versus the versus the Detroit Lions. But John, you are just being a sheep right now. Let's just be honest. You are following what everybody else is saying. The only reason why you are bringing that up is because Chris Collinsworth wouldn't shut his mouth up for 3 straight games about it. Let's just be honest. If you are watching a NFL game, you are not watching the right tackle. But since you're watching the Kansas City Chiefs, you are watching the right tackle. Now, I want you to go back to the Buffalo Bills game just last week. Their right tackle doing the same exact damn thing. Penny Sewell for the Detroit Lions doing the same exact damn thing. You guys are hating on people or hating on the Chiefs because people point it out. And the Chiefs are on TV more than anybody else out there. Mark, am I barking up the wrong tree or am I totally off guard? Like, do you see other teams doing this as well?
No, I do. I've seen our guy Garrett Bowles do it, and he gets away with it. So, and I don't think it's cool, but it's another thing that they ensure the safety of the quarterback.
Yep. Hoffy, any thoughts on that?
Like you said, I mean, look at Kelsey, the center. Jason, he's always, scooted the ball up. I mean,
yep.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That is a rule that I lived my life by. If you're not playing in the gray area, you are not trying hard enough. Hell, look at the Well, I believe it was the center for the Detroit Lions, right? He had his head down, smacked it up real quick, and they actually called a false start on him, which I was shocked. But that happens all the time too. And now that I said that, John X, you are going to go out there and you're going to watch the center for the Kansas City Chiefs do the same exact thing. You're like, oh, they're cheating there too. Only because I brought it up, and now you're looking at it, right? Richard Breck says, just like Tom Brady used to do. Exactly. I mean, let's just be honest, Richard, Mark, Hoffy. The NFL is $1 billion industry. Let's say Patrick Mahomes gets hurt in the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts gets hurt in the Super Bowl. Are ads going to want to be sold on the Super Bowl because the star player isn't in there?
No.
Not at all. Not at all. Cush says Daniel Jones never got that call because Daniel Jones was never a tier 1 quarterback. Daniel Jones wasn't a tier quarterback. Hell, Daniel Jones is a backup.
Never mind backup. He's a third string.
He's a practice squad guy.
He's a practice squad safety.
Yeah, he was. And then he got cut. Moving on.